game because he's going to be getting the majority of the carries. Johnson,
he's taking over. I mean, listen, they got rid of everybody else. They're really on the Rex Burkhead bandwagon.
So am I.
Go Rex.
Go Rex.
Detroit. Not to make it racial, but it's always good to have a good white tailback in the league every now and again.
Detroit somehow winning a game, no matter how hard they tried to lose it, they win. And now they got Denver this week, and Denver just did not look good last week.
No. Denver, Kansas City's D had a lot to do with it. Denver was moving the ball on the ground a little bit. Then they would try a play action and get an incompletion, and then they have a hard time overcoming 2nd and 10 on that team. The Chiefs didn't really get to the quarterback much, but they made it a little bit challenging. The one thing is that, Denver should be far better than Detroit at home, and you would think that they bounce back. Denver's the team that blew out Dallas, when Prescott came back. They have these great games and then these awful games. You got to imagine that this week is a great game. I just have a feeling.
Oh, I don't. I think they're going to win, but I think Detroit covers.
All right, we'll see.
Well, I'm normally wrong, so we'll see what happens. Jake Fromm may get to play his very first NFL game as the starter for the Giants this week against the Chargers.
Well, listen, after watching Glennon, you're really hoping that Fromm is the guy.
It can't be any worse.
The thing is about the Chargers is that game will be a Giant home game, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's flying out there. All the New Yorkers will go. Mm-hmm. It's not like the Jets where they don't care. It's the Giants. They show up and they get excited.
Right.
But the Giant D will be competitive, but I don't know, man. It's going to be hard to keep up with Herbert. You got to imagine that the Chargers just have too much firepower for the Giants.
No way in heck that we win this game. I don't think we're even competitive. There's a chance they said Glennon might play, but it's not going to matter because he's.
I'd root for Fromm. You might as well see what he's got.
Might as well. San Fran against Cincinnati.
Probably the game of the weekend besides Dallas, Washington.
I got to tell you, though, but Cincinnati laid a lead fart, the other day. Yes, Burrow hurt his hand, so he had some issues with his finger. But, they were like nowhere to be found the first half. They bounced back a little bit in the second before the Chargers took off late in the second.
It was funny. It was 24-6, right? And then the Bengals get it to 24-22 with the ball moving. And you're saying to yourself, wow, they might not only win this game, they might cover.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, turnover, touchdown, and the game was over. And all of a sudden, 31-22, 38-22, and that was that. But they expended all that energy after they couldn't stop them in the first half, getting back into it, and then they gave it away. Cincinnati's an enigma because some weeks they play and they look like the best team in the NFL.
Right.
And some weeks they play and they look like they don't belong in the NFL.
But I got to tell you, you've seen that from just about every team this year.
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati's a little more pronounced because the swings are so high scoring, low scoring. Yeah. But you're 100% right, though. I mean, listen, do you think New England's the best team you've seen all season?
No.
They're the best team in the AFC right now.
Yep.
Tennessee lost to the Jets. They're the 2 seed, okay? They're the 2 seed. They lost to the Jets, okay? Yep. Kansas City can't get out of its own way offensively. Now the defense is carrying the Chiefs. You would have never thought that, right?
Yep.
Baltimore looks beatable. They just lost to a Pittsburgh team. That's not great, right? That right now would not make a 17 playoff in the AFC. Cincinnati also lost to the Jets. That's a team in the playoffs right now.
Yep.
The Chargers look up and down. They look hard to watch.
Yeah.
They don't show you much. And they're in the playoffs right now. I mean, it is and Buffalo knew they were going to run the ball at him and couldn't stop it. Flat out refused to stop them.
Well, that's going to be interesting to see what kind of a game Fournette has this week against them. With Tampa Bay, I can't believe Tampa Bay is only a 3-point favorite.
I mean, you'd like to think that you'd have to think that Tampa Bay is better than Buffalo at this point.
Right.
The thing about Tampa is that defense is not great against the pass. So this is the kind of game where Diggs has a big game. This is the kind of game where Beasley has a big game. Tampa plays that soft cover 2. The corners have been banged up all year. And, you would think that Buffalo is going to be able to move it if they can protect, Allen. And the thing is that even if they don't, Allen will get away.
Right.
You're throwing me off with this crap. Such a doof. Thank God we're not on video, everybody. No, it's not anything pornographic. He's shoving a Sharpie up his nose. I mean, I'm not. It's not like he's doing anything pornographic, but it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that the experts think the game's going to be closer because Buffalo's defense is that much better than Tampa's. But honestly, if Ed Oliver could get pressure on Brady up the middle, Buffalo could win this game. But it's going to come down to them getting pressure up the middle and making Brady move. And it's always been that way. It's been that way for Brady for 15 years,
right.
18 years.
It's all you got to do.
Pressure up the middle, you could beat them. The Giants had a blueprint of it.
Problem is, it's hard to get the pressure up the middle for most teams.
No doubt about it. But Ed Oliver's a kind of a freak athlete that can do it. If he can do it consistently, they can turn Brady over. That's the only way it happens.
Green Bay against Chicago. Justin Fields is back because that works out well because Gingies do not make good quarterbacks.
So I sit there and say, doesn't NBC have the right to flex games? Why would you not flex out of this one?
I got no idea.
I mean, listen, Montgomery's my running back. Green Bay, Chicago's the longest rivalry in football. They don't like each other. The whole thing. It'll probably snowing in Green Bay. It'll be great and fun to watch. Mm-hmm. And this game will be completely non-competitive because Justin Fields is horrible.
Yep.
And the coach, Nagy, I mean, Bears fans just can't wait. My cousin is a diehard Bears fan. Can't wait for Nagy to get fired. Just can't wait.
He's only got a couple more weeks.
I mean, because Nagy, whatever he had that first year where he took the other guy's players. I forget who the coach was before him. I'm blanking on it, and got him to the playoffs, right? And now it's been his team the last couple, and nothing has happened.
It's like Rex Ryan, dude. Come on.
But Green Bay, you figure will run amok. And by run, I mean Dillon's really a player because they're going to probably have the lead in the second half. It's going to be cold, and they're not going to try to do too much with Rodgers probably.
Right. In the first half, though, I would see Lazard having a nice game because
I could see him being a factor. I mean, with Cobb down and stuff like that, Adams will be a player, but Lazard will be wide open.
Yep. This actually is going to be a good game. Raiders against Arizona.
Actually, the Rams. The Raiders already played.
Right. The Rams, I hate you. Rams over at Arizona. That's the Monday night game.
You know what? Rams will win this game.
Okay.
They just will. I can't tell you why and how. I just think that they will show up on the Arizona's been a world beater on the road and they've been average at home. They've won every road game by over 10 points this year. Only hasn't happened since the 60s.
Well, thank you, Porterhouse, for that insightful breakdown of the game. Rams are going to win. I can't tell you why.
Well, the thing is that I can tell you why.
Then tell me.
The Cardinals are a mediocre home team. Murray's a nice player. He's good, but the Rams, if Aaron Donald can get the pressure up the middle, it could throw them off a little bit. Connor's been a pleasant surprise, but I don't think they can run the ball consistently against the Rams. And I think that the matchup of Jalen Ramsey versus DeAndre Hopkins, where you can play one-on-one, is something that the rest of the league can't do against Hopkins.
Right.
So I think that they can help out everywhere else. And I think they could slow down the Cardinal offensive explosion, which is definitely real. But I think the Rams offense is for real also. And I think the Rams will put up a lot of points this week. I think it's a shootout. I think the Rams will win this game 31-28, 34-31, something like that.
So how many more games do your New York Jets win?
I think that we will take, it's hard to say. Sadly, I think we'll win 2. We'll go 2-3 down the stretch and finish with 5 wins and cost ourselves any chance at a really good pick. I'm just saying as a Jet fan. It's either going to be 1 or 2. I think we'll win 2. We have Jacksonville. I think that's a winnable game. And I think we'll steal one other.
Okay, well, you know what? It'll be one of those deals where if you win the last game, you get like the 7th round pick. If you lose, you get the 2nd or 3rd, and you're gonna win. Yeah, well, I mean that's what it comes down to. The thing is, Salah will have them playing hard, and now that they come out in the first quarter, it's a little interesting to watch them. Usually, first 10 weeks of the season, except for the Cincinnati game, there was no first
down 21-0 before you. It's like you don't even want to watch the game.
Right.
I go to take a piss. I come back and they're down 7-0. You're like, I was gone like 2 minutes. And it's like, what the hell happened? You try to rewind it and you're like, oh, just one big play. Oh, no, we had the ball first. and they still punted 3 plays, and they scored already, and it was gone 2 minutes. It happened like 3 times. It's like, what the hell? A little crazy.
I don't know what the hell. So my kids have tickets for the game this weekend, but they might not be able to go. So,
well, I hope they're able to go because this will be a thriller.
A thriller at MetLife.
Oh, it doesn't get any sweeter than that. The Jets, I think they'll be competitive this week too. I don't know if they'll win this one though. I do think that the Jacksonville game at home is a winnable game, and I'm not sure which other game they'll steal, but they'll steal one.
Okay, well, good for you. I think we win one more tops.
Well, you got a lot of division games.
Yeah, a lot of games.
Usually you play well in the division games.
We'll play them tight, but we'll lose.
Well, you said that last week, and then they beat Philly, right?
Yeah, just barely because they had to go against Jalen Hurts. They'll be fine.
By the way, Philadelphia's a better team with Minshew. I'm sorry.
1,000%. And they already said that.
They're actually a fun team to watch with Minshew. I'm not saying anything about Hurts and his running ability. It's great, but he's inaccurate. Mm-hmm. Dallas Goedert, who I love because he's on my team, becomes a real factor when Minshew is playing. When Hurts is playing, he doesn't throw it to him.
It really is amazing when you break it all down. Lamar Jackson, decent quarterback because he can run and he has numbers, at least fantasy-wise, but not accurate. He's not a great quarterback. Jalen Hurts, same thing. Running is his thing, not a very accurate quarterback. For the most part, that's the deal, with the exception of maybe Kyler Murray.
Josh Allen, not that accurate a quarterback. Great runner. Yeah. I know he had a monster year last year. Still not that. I know it was windy the other night. I'm not just saying about the other night, but all season long, not that accurate a quarterback. I mean, listen, he's got great receivers and Diggs and stuff like that, and Beasley and they found a place for Emmanuel Sanders. Excellent stuff. But a lot of these running quarterbacks do not throw the ball all that well.
No.
You know who's funny? Daniel Jones, who should be more of a running quarterback because he's so fast, very accurate. But they don't utilize him for both ends of the game. They don't let him run.
Well, you know what? That's because Jason Garrett is the offensive. Oh, that's right. He's gone. We still suck. Never mind.
Yeah, we still suck. So let's blame it on Garrett again, as Joe Judge has done a good job all the way through.
Fantastic.
But that's where we sit. 2 good New York teams.
Oh, solid.
Well, this is the last game of the regular season. Good luck.
I'm going to need
teams actually kept their playoffs week 14, 15, 16. And the season's over 2 weeks before the real season's over. I thought that was a little early. For us, it's exciting. I hope you get into the playoffs.
You know what?
I actually hope I don't have to play you. I hope I have a bye.
It's
hope I play in the second round. I hope I have a bye.
It's one of those deals where it's kind of tough to have a playoff game during a bye week because it just
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
and there's 4 teams out this week. I mean, it's legit. You got Philly out because I know I'm suffering with that one. You got Miami's out. I'm trying to think of who else is out this week, but there's a couple of good teams. And
Indianapolis is out.
Indianapolis out, another team because that's your running back.
Yep.
So you need this game badly. You're doing it without the franchise.
And Miami's out too.
What was that?
Miami's the other team.
Yeah, and you're doing it without your franchise.
Yep.
Taylor carries you, man.
It's not going to be good. I didn't have Javonte last week, and I don't have Taylor this week. So
you just really can't get a break, man.
Got my fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
I
made the executive decision.
New England was the other team. The team we skipped was New England.
Screw them. I made the executive decision at the last second to switch. I had Rex Burkhead in instead of Myles Gaskin. And not that he rewarded me with much. I think I got 2 more points. And then
what a coaching decision that was.
Top notch.
You lost last week, correct?
Yeah, I lost. I lost by like 25 points. It came down to also I was making the judgment call because I had Bourne and I had Emmanuel Sanders. So I had Sanders in there. And I know it wasn't a great matchup. I knew I was dead. And then with all the stuff with the weather and stuff, I was like, let me go with the guy who could throw the ball better through the wind, which it turned out I think I got 3 points from Emmanuel Sanders as opposed to Bourne, who got none because he wasn't the recipient of one of those 2 passes.
Well, 2 completions, 3 passes. You keep downplaying the arm skills of one Mac. What's his name? Mac Jones?
Yeah.
What the hell? I'm telling you, they're showing pictures of this kid as a model. What do they try? I mean, they're trying so hard to make him the next Brady.
Yeah.
He's not Tom Brady.
Nobody's
I'm sorry to tell you, you know what? the Patriots are not making it to the Super Bowl. They're just not. They're not good enough.
I agree. Everybody keeps